It eats me alive when I know people can have access to information that can change their life. It's just not in front of them. So there's a lot of people scrolling on their feeds that have you guys as friends that would really benefit from these free calls or even the recordings. So if we have a good call and you feel like the recording would be very well to somebody, you can send it to them. The 7 principles that irreversibly changed my life. You're the only one that will allow this to change your life. So I do want to make myself clear. If any of you hopped on this call for me, then just shut your computer or your phone down. If any of you got on this call to make me feel better because you're here, or if you're not on this call for yourself, then you might as well log off right now. And I can send you the recording. Okay? What you're able to accomplish in life is tied to yourself and world perception. I am not a trainer. I am a coach. So I'm not here to change your body. I am here to change your life. And your body will change in the process. So the first principle is mentalism. It's all in the mind. The universe is mental, guys. Your thoughts are created and charged. Like every thought you have is a creative thought. Understanding this is the first step to take in your life into your own hands. Once you have control of your mind, once you realize that there is an internal dialogue, that we also self-sabotage, we tell ourselves a lot of lies to psych ourselves out of things. Once you can at least become conscious that you are not your thoughts and your thoughts are not you, and once you can control that, it can shift your identity. So if I were to give you an analogy, once you can control your mind and understand that you are in control of your mind, you can go back all the way to the beginning of the game and pick a new character with better strengths, different weaknesses, and other attributes. But you have to have control of your mind. There isn't a successful person alive who has not mastered this concept of understanding that controlling your mind can now shift your identity. You can then make better choices and define your ideal version of who you want to be. It's not, what do I need to do to become this person I want to be? It's, who do I need to become? And then you act like that. You talk like that. You move like that. You operate like that. So whoever you want to be, right? Your future self, the person that you envision being, you have to start acting like that person in order to become them. Now there's a difference between faking it till you make it and stepping into the person that you know that you are supposed to be because it's aligned with you. Now I will warn you, once you do that, people will have their own opinions because you are now stepping out of a box that they have created for you to help them with their internal dialogue. The second principle is correspondence. The macro reflects the micro. Everything small is just a small version of something big, and vice versa. Your external world is a reflection of how you talk to yourself, what goes on in your head. The way you see the world is the way you're thinking of the world, right? So if you want to see the world differently, it starts internally. Compare your thoughts and feelings, and by doing that, you will most often entertain the external circumstances. So to give clarity here, you'll notice that if you believe life is beautiful, chances are you'll have a beautiful life, or you'll see life as beauty. But if you believe life is pain, stressful, unfair, you will see it just like that as well. Change internally and external change will follow. It all starts in the mind, guys. So the third principle is vibration. Nothing rests. Everything is moving. Life is vibration. Downward and upward momentum are the results of vibration. It's life. The more attention you give, the more energy you give to anything, your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, the more vibrations you will see, and the more momentum will be built. So where is your focus? How are you feeling? And what are you acting on? The more you do those, the more momentum will follow. If you're acting on ill intent, you'll build momentum doing that. If you're feeling down, life's unfair, nothing ever works for you, you're going to build momentum in that direction. Fourth principle is polarity. So everything is dual and has poles. So opposites are identical in nature, but vary in degree. So let me give you some clarity with this. Confidence and doubt are ends on the spectrum of self-worth. So broke and rich are also ends of the spectrum of value. Lost and fulfilled are ends of the spectrum of purpose. So you can't know yourself as strong unless you have been weak. So if we're disregarding all of these shortcomings or perceived failures in life, if we're not taking those in, then we're not going to understand what it's going to feel like in order to be strong or even get to being strong. You have to experience both. So on the other side of every defeat is the potential for victory. Fifth principle is gender. Everything has its masculine and feminine nature. If you are a male, there is feminine energy within you. If you're a female, there is masculine energy within you. Learning how and when to use each makes you more complete as a person. All creation is the result of masculine and feminine energy. There you go. It can be the Holy Spirit, it can be energy, the universe, whatever you want to call it, right? The universe will give back what you put in. Life rewards people that have good intentions. So the sixth principle is rhythm. So everything flows in and out, rises and falls. All things have their tides. All things have their seasons. They're both lows and highs. One without the other is flat. So like a stagnant plane. That's how life is. So if we're taking the highs and the accomplishments and we're just living our life off of that, and we're using certain materialistic objects as a measuring stick for success, you're not going to go very far. Learning to feel the rhythm within yourself and act accordingly is very important. So some of these you can ask yourself, how can you amplify and extend high points? How can you extend the point where you're feeling like everything is working out for you? Everything's just in line. Life seems to be working out, and you kind of sit back and you're like, this is too good to be true. Something is going to happen, right? Or another question would be, how can you learn and grow from low points? It starts with accountability. There's always zero energy put into placing the blame on someone else, because then you don't have to act upon changing anything, because the blame's not on you. It's not about always being in a good place. It's about getting the most out of the place that you are in currently and being able to sit there and weather the storm. The last one, cause and effect. This goes back to grade school. Every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause, right? Every action has an equal or opposite reaction. And most of you have probably learned this in an argument. When you're unconsciously acting in scarcity, you create scarcity. Sometimes it's unconscious, so it's something you don't realize. That's why I'm here, to bring the unconscious to conscious. When you consciously act in abundance, you create abundance. You are the creator of your life, guys. All of the power to be who you want to be and what you want to do is within yourself. Increase action that brings you towards the desired outcome, and decrease action that pulls you further away from the desired outcome. Some of you right now are making decisions that you know are not aligned with your future self, and you're actually calling yourself out on them as you're doing them, but you're not stopping. 7 principles that irreversibly changed my life once I started implementing them is number 1, mentalism. 2nd is correspondence. 3 is vibration. 4 is polarity. 5 is gender. 6 is rhythm. And 7, the last, is cause and effect. Learning to apply each one of these and getting everything you want out of life will become infinitely easier when you understand yourself. But if you are walking through life letting others run your life, letting others sit in the driver's seat while you're a backseat driver to your life, you're not going to understand what we just said. So start with 1 and start implementing them.